go. Starting to get better. Hey, welcome back to this week's Midwest Outdoors. We're out doing a little crappie fishing, trying to catch a couple bluegills. Take advantage of the beautiful day that we have. I love hole hopping. It's no secret that I love drilling tons of holes. You know, the lake we're on, it really is just kind of a basin lake. There's a little bit of structure out here, a few different humps, but for the most part, throughout the winter months, these fish just roam around this open basin. You got to get after them and find it. You know, punching a lot of holes, checking a lot of spots before you decide to set up is always key in these situations. And nothing I love better than coming out and chasing panfish on a nice day like this, just hole hopping and just having a ton of fun. Fish on. Wow, you gotta see this screen. Unbelievable. Talk about landing right on top of them. Get back down there. I know there's some bigger ones in here. Gotta fight through the small ones to get to the bigger ones. There we go. Halfway decent one. Boy, there's a lot of them down there. Like I said, we're kind of fishing the edges of this basin. You know, these fish just roam this basin, just go from hole to hole. It seems like you'll have a school that comes in and within seconds you pull a couple fish out and they move on. But also there's lots of different year classes out here, which is great to see. But you got to kind of tantalize these bigger ones to come in, and they come in, they've been pretty aggressive, I'll say that. Back down there. Oh, you can always tell the crappies on the screen, they just come screaming up. Just out of nowhere. Man, that one was aggressive. That's what I love about the tip on this tungsten tamer. You know, I'm fishing a really, really small jig. And that's what this tungsten tamer was designed for. You know, St. Croix really raised the bar when it comes to custom ice rods. They're built in Park Falls, Wisconsin. And you know, if it's a St. Croix, it's really well made and really well thought through. You know, I spent a lot of time with the engineers at St. Croix, along with some other pros like Joel Nelson, Grant Sorensen. We spent a lot of time really nailing the actions of and powers of every single one of the rods in the CCI lineup. This one, like I said, is the Croix Tungsten Tamer, the CCI Tungsten Tamer. What's great about this rod is when you're fishing really small jigs, you need that strike indicator, you know, something that's sensitive, got a soft tip, but also you need a lot of backbone when you're using really, really small hooks. It's hard to get hooks into those crappies and bluegills, and this rod delivers both. See how that rod loads up right here in the tip? As you've seen, you see that rod tip move slightly. I mean, that's the sensitivity that you get out of that St. Croix blank, and then plenty of power. There we go again. See how that rod it's just so smooth. It's the right length as well when you're hugging the holes. That one doesn't want to come in. Nice fish. But see how that rod just loads up nice? It feels nice. Perfect hook set. You don't have to worry about these small little hooks coming out of their mouth. I mean, that's all it has to do with the rod, you know. Everybody thinks that all rods are created equal, or you can have one rod for every situation. Couldn't be further from the truth. What's nice about this tungsten tamer is when you fish these heavier tungsten jigs, the tip doesn't sag. You know, when the tip sags, you really don't have control over that bait. You get that yo-yoing effect. And when it comes to crappies and bluegills in the winter, subtle movements make a huge difference. And with this rod, as you can see, I have total control over that bait. Anywhere I want that bait to go in the water column, I can move it with the tip. You know, you just don't get that with a lot of other rods. And that's the cool part about St. Croix in general. Regardless of species you're chasing or technique you're after, if you're fishing a heavy spoon rod for walleyes, you're not going to get that tip built exactly how you want it. There's another one. Just like that, one decides it's going to scream up and smoke it. There we go. Not too bad a gill. That's what I like about fishing these shallower water basins too, is you can catch fish. If you want to release them, you don't have to worry about barotrauma or them spitting up their air bladder. We're only in about 14 to 16 feet. It does get a little bit deeper out here into 20, but most of these fish are coming from 20 feet and shallower. So, you know, you can catch and release the smaller ones, you know, some of the obviously big ones that you're throwing back. And I just like it where you're not killing fish when you're just to go out fishing. There we go, nice color to them. Oh, what a fun day of just hole hopping in the sun, catching tons of crappies. I even met a friend here that just won't leave me alone. He really likes our camera guy Josh as well, so. But it's fun. I mean, even the dogs want to be out here. Just hole hopping this basin, like I said, drilling holes, moving around. That's always the key to picking up a lot more fish. And of course, having the right rod and reel combo, you know, I can't preach it enough, especially for panfish, to have total control over that bait using that tungsten tamer. It truly is a game changer. Hey, I'm Tony Roach. Stay tuned for more Midwest Outdoors.